Hello friends, this is Amy. Welcome. Let's make some fun projects today. What I have here is one of those little metal, it's meant to hold like a tapered candle or those taller candles. And what I really wanted was a bed spring. And so I didn't have one, so I'm just going to put this plastic lid on there and improvise. And it was just crooked, and so I fussed around trying to get it so that that plastic lid would sit on it straight. And so I did end up putting like some pieces of wood in there, and it ended up working fine. It looks funny, but once you get everything on there, you'll never see it. And so I took out that old kitchen towel that I had. It's 100% cotton. And I'm just going to make some strips, and I cut them down. They're about 7 inches wide or long. And then I just glued them right on there and just trying to cover up the look of that plastic top, and hot glue worked just fine. These would look really cute if you would tea stain them. I didn't take the time to do that, but that would even make this even cuter yet. And then I got the Spanish moss out, and I'm just going to make a little nest. Just take a handful of it, kind of work it around until you make your little hole, and just glue that down, hold it in place. And I wanted to put some pretty little flowers in it, so I had some pink ones. I thought that would look very nice with this. And little tiny ones work the best, you know, because it's just so delicate and dainty. And then I did have some of these little miniature eggs, and I did glue 3 of those in there. The one I'm making is not one for bigger eggs, but you could make one bigger or however you'd like to. I do like how it turned out. I think it's very pretty, very spring-like, and it'll fit in with my decor just perfectly. What a great way to kick off our spring decor DIYs. Let's move on to DIY number 2. Okay, this I got at Dollar General. I believe it was $3, and you'll see what happens. But so basically what I did is I went and put some kills and covered up, and it didn't really cover it all that well, but I knew I was going to be putting on this dark. So okay, so I've got the primer on, and now I'm just putting on some truffle paint, and then just allow that to dry. When I was looking for this design, I looked quite a while ago, and actually I'm kind of copying how they've got it on the website because it's just so cute. It's what caught my eye. And so on the website, this is from Etsy, it looked like it was wood, so I'm just trying to make it a little bit distressed and wood-like. And now I've cut this out with my Cricut machine and just kind of showing you what it looks like. And basically weeding everything, you know, taking the reverse weeding. So then I'm going to use this as a stencil. And so after you've weeded it, you put on your transfer paper, peel it off, and then apply it to your piece. And it doesn't hurt to have a tool that you can press down so everything sticks to your transfer paper. Now, just to show you, when I pulled this up, it took some of the paint with it. And so I'm wondering if I should have maybe put this on a towel or something so it wasn't so sticky. If you know or have any tips, let me know, please. I would appreciate that. And so basically now I've got a stencil, and I've got it stuck nicely down. And so I'm just going to take some paint and apply it. And I don't want it to go underneath the edges or weep underneath, and so I'm trying to use it like really dry brush on the stencil brush, and I'm looking at it, it's like it's not dark enough, so then I really did put more dark on there, and you'll kind of see as I go through each color, you can just add colors. Now all the colors that I'm using are, they're chalk paint, but that's the colors that I wanted to use. I'm wondering if maybe acrylic would be a little better, but I didn't have these colors in the acrylic, so I just took my time and went with a chalk paint. Now here you're going to see I'm pulling it away and it's leaving, you'll see that blue whale behind everything. Even the primer didn't stay on. So I've weeded it and pulled it all off, and I'm just going to fix it now with that truffle paint. Not a problem. I just love how this turned out, and I'd like to make more of these as in a bigger, you know, something like a round piece, or, you know, make them a little bigger. Because as it is, this is, the inside part measures about 4 by 4. And then I just put a little liquid text on it. It's a similar thing like Mod Podge, and just put a coating over it so everything was sealed down nicely. And I just love how this turned out. I didn't think it needed anything more to this. It just looks so springy. And I was so happy to see it didn't leak underneath the stencil. Let's move on to DIY number 3. Okay, I'm getting my pretty iron orchid design stamps out, and I'm just going to select one because I'm going to do some stamping on fabric like I did last time. And instead of black, I went with this sepia color. It's kind of a brown. In hindsight, I thought it was going to be darker when it went on the fabric, but it wasn't. And so, I wasn't real impressed with how light it turned out, but I just kept going and it turned out just fine in the end. And as you can see, I'm using more of that kitchen towel. And just going to fray the edges of that. This one was fun to do as I'm just kind of watching TV and just enjoying the afternoon. It's been so brutally cold up here in winter. The dog will go outside for just about 2 seconds and wants right back in. So I'm just taking that brown again and just kind of adding a little color in there to kind of grunge it up. And then I'm going to set that aside and get my burlap out. And what I want to do is make a pocket, because we're going to make some carrots. We're going to put some carrots in here. And if you would love to sew, if you wanted to sew, you could sew this up, but I like hot glue for this kind of a thing. It works really good on burlap. It's stuck just fine. And so I was just trying to figure out there how to make the bottom. Well, I ended up just sealing it up with some of this very pretty gingham ribbon. Using the hot glue just to put that little cotton piece on there too. You know how when you just keep crafting, you just kind of look at things and go, this might look good. And then you keep adding to it. And so I had that really cute ribbon out. And this is what I decided to make the carrots with. And I'm just kind of looking at this and trying to decide how I want to make these carrots. And so I just got some leftover, it's kind of like a foam. I had made a purse with it, and this was like leftover pieces, and I decided to just roll that up, and that's going to go on the inside. Now, the fabric would have been perfect for this if you had like a piece of fabric rather than this ribbon pieces, but I used what I had on hand. I just love this ribbon. It's so pretty. Pretty sure I got this ribbon at Dollar General. And you won't see the backs of these anyway, so I didn't worry too much about how it looked. And now I just wanted to add a little bit of this and that into the bag just to kind of give it a little, fluff so it wasn't flat. And putting more of that ink on the carrots. And at this point, I was thinking about the carrot tops, and you'll see what I ended up doing with that. But the dog was just sitting there with me so nice, I did not want to move. And so I just stayed there, and until it was time I really needed to. Pepper, I got to get up and get this stuff. Does this not look like a burrito right now? And I don't know why I should have colored it before I stuck it in there. But again, I had the dog there and everything was right here. And so I'm just kind of keep going with it, adding the greens. I think that adds so much. It needed something on the front. So I'm just going to put a little tag on there. Yeah, it really was an enjoyable afternoon, and it was nice just to not have to worry about being outside, getting out in the car, going to work, that kind of a thing. How about you? Have you all had a good weekend so far? Now I want to grunge this up, so you take your cute little sign and you just crunch it up, add more of your ink, and flatten it right out. And this, I really wanted to get like a little clip or something, like a safety pin. I didn't have one, so I just ended up putting a little ribbon on it and gluing it down. And this is that stuff from Dollar Tree where you can put, make it. I just used it as the part of the carrot. And here I am. I'm going to paint that carrot. And it probably needs a little brown too. Now it's a little bright, but I didn't think of that. So here it is. I love how it turned out. It's really cute. It's grungy. It's primitive. It's, farmhouse, shabby chic. All of the above. It was fun to do. And I hope you enjoyed watching my video. I surely do appreciate all the support. Let's have one more look at these cuties. Which one is your favorite? Have a great week, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye, friends.